Hey, that's the sound that 420 makes.
Oh, it's a nice sound.
It is a nice. I always like 420. It's my favorite time of the day. My name is Jodi James, and I am the president of Florida Cannabis Action Network. And with me today is my special guest,
Colette Florido.
Colette Florido, who is also the vice president of Florida Cannabis Action Network.
And the committee chair for the business committee for Florida Cannabis Action Network.
And
Push
wanna
button
fix
here.
me?
Fix you.
Oh,
Mhm.
so maybe you'll get something different today than you got yet last time. And also founder of CR World.
Yes.
Outstanding.
Sarah.
Fabulous. Well, we're really, really thankful that you chose to be with us here today. It is an exciting time to be part of Cannabis Action Network. We just came off of 3 days of advocates and activists at the Capitol. Wow, it goes, well, we've been planning it for 6 months.
Right. This is
So-
this is a culmination of
100%.
many days.
100%.
3 days.
We were really proud to come together. That was our theme this year, was come together. We had an amazing group of people. Colette, yeah, you're going to see our song. We had so much fun. I had a ball today. Prepare for B-roll. So many of you know Burn, who is the secretary of Florida Cannabis Action Network's board of directors and founder and owner of MM Cares of Florida.
Mhm.
MM Care, sorry, I think there was no S, and Friends, right on, 100%.
Mhm.
She and her husband, Todd, got together and did words for the song Come Together from the Beatles.
Mhm.
And David, my husband David, and Colette and Susie performed it karaoke style today. So we got some B-roll. Steve, you're here. We got some background for you. Kendra, if you're watching, we got you. Got a soundtrack that you're never going to believe.
You just
But-
wait. The 45's coming.
The 45 is coming. Florida Can
Two
Players.
seasons
It's a little different, player.
Play it.
But maybe the Florida Can Singers, the Florida Can
High notes.
Yeah, the high notes. Florida Can high notes singing a cappella. All right, so you're definitely going to want to be at the next Cannabis at the Capitol.
You're
'Cause
welcome.
quite frankly, they just get better and better and better. Honest to God, and not better, because they're all fabulous and we've accomplished amazing things. That's why we have 25 bills that are more than 25 bills that we're following. You can find out what those bills are and get full downloads on those bills on our website, FLCAN .org/bills-do-watch. It's on a scroll thing. Yeah, on a scroll thing. It's very easy.
I don't think people really get the value of that particular recap. Someone's dug in to
Yeah, the work that it takes.
all of the bills that could possibly have an inkling of touching us as cannabis users in some way, or cannabis industry people, or
100%.
cannabis growers. All of the people that are involved in this industry have to be keeping a pulse on bills in so many different committees from so many different perspectives. And someone has gone through that for you. You're welcome. And has pulled
Maria. Hector, thank you.
and has taken the guesswork out of, well, what does this mean for us as a cannabis consumer? Is this a good bill or is this a bad bill? They made it super easy for you to do a quick glance and be able to understand, I want to dig into this bill, or I'm good, or oh my gosh, stop everything.
It was just fantastic. It really was. There's so many people. We had a lot of the core group, right? Some of the people that you might have seen around Florida Cannabis Action Network, because our leadership team is tremendous. Tons of pictures making their way through. I know that Kendra Thompson and Thompson Productions is going to do a little bit of a video for us. Steve Thaw, who is the producer of Elevated Intel. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
And they're frantically answering your questions on Facebook, and I'll remind you again to share, and let people know that we're live. But Steve put together a super flippin' fun 4-minute video on the endocannabinoid system. So for those of you who might not have been paying attention or not have seen the show before, or didn't catch that episode, when we went up there in week 1, we were talking to one of the lawmakers and talking about the endocannabinoid system. And he said, what part of the endocannabinoid system, or what part of the plant is the endocannabinoid system? And it wasn't just me there. I swear to God, there were more people there. So it was real.
It happened.
It happened.
I asked Cammy, my daughter, if you were to ask a question to somebody, what do you know about cannabis? What might you ask? And so she asked the question, what part of the plant is the endocannabinoid system? So she must have heard that story. She knew to ask that question. That was fun.
So the endocannabinoid system video was brilliant.
I thought so. I thought it was really helpful for people walking by to get a little snippet of
Grounding.
Yeah.
So as soon as I have some time, we'll get that over and get that up on the website so everybody can view it. Steve, kudos again for really putting together a fabulous endocannabinoid system video.
Yeah.
We have our sponsors behind us, right? So we had some great folks come out. Many of the companies have been there before. Our capital sponsors have been really good to us. The Flowery, certainly Sunnyside, Cresco Business, CR World, of course. This year we were really thrilled to have the Grateful Veterans be such an intricate part of what we were doing, and of course Battle Buds.
Yeah, the veterans were key. I think that
They've worked really hard.
Coming out prior to these events and going out for ambassador weeks and letting the Grateful Veterans team get a feel for moving about the cabin, moving about the Capitol to know how to navigate not only the building itself, but the people in it, helped them to feel comfortable and confident going into this week. And they got stuff done. Having bills that affect the veterans and impact them in a positive way is exciting.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And I think you nailed it. They really felt comfortable, walking around the building, negotiating. I think Tara said it best. They're just people, and because I'd been there, I didn't feel a bit bad about knocking on the door.
Yeah.
And they're not real accessible. So we'll dig into that some more, but I'm still thanking the sponsors and saying.
They're so awesome.
Don't forget, Emerald Intel was kind of new this year as a capital sponsor. That was a merger with Cannabis Media. So shout out to our new friends at Emerald Intel. I said CR World.
No.
Oh man.
Shout out here. Hold on.
Where's Cynthia? Because that's the question is, where's Cynthia? Where's Cynthia? Where's Cynthia? Cynthia Brewer with Blacktop and Brewer created our shirts. It was like, I didn't want to wear mine because I've been wearing mine since 2025.
Yeah.
And I noticed that when I wore mine yesterday, it was the only one that didn't have a back on it. Might need a new wardrobe. But really happy to welcome Aim High, our CFO, to our team. Aaron Hutchinson was fabulous.
A lot of fun.
Stu came in with Canopy HR. We've loved Stu for a long time.
Yeah.
But certainly glad to have that. Alex Johnson. Oh yeah, I got a beautiful flower.
Yes,
sterling. No, but that's the friends too, not the business.
Oh well, I mean, I feel like it's a testament to who those businesses are. They're like humans behind the
100%.
logos.
100%.
He happens to have a passion for growing other things other than talking about cannabis and growing business, he also actually enjoys the growing of orchids,
He
and
does, he's growing your business and growing a beauty, he knows how to grow beautiful things.
yes, exactly.
So definitely count on Canopy HR to grow your business. I'm glad to have Fruity Cannabis back this year.
It was so great to see some folks in the building and to have them,
100%.
and they have their event coming up, so they've been
I'm going to the
busy.
ball.
They're going to the ball.
It's the ball
Alice.
with my husband.
Oh.
So their Alice in Wonderland ball is coming up next Friday, and not
Never
not today, but next
disappoints.
week.
And they always have the most fantastic
Amazing.
costumes and artwork and just a lot of fun.
Tammy, their queen, Steve, their king, both
Yes.
came out. We had the
Steve
king
said
and the queen.
He
What do
he
you
said
think?
he tapered himself down and did not wear his glitter bow tie or his glitter shoes. He thought about it, and Tammy's like, no, we're going to the Capitol. We need to. And I said, a little standing out is okay, but I understand if you want to go the professional route. So I like that they were thinking those things through. I think I'll be excited to see the photos of them with all their glitter for sure, because
100%.
they were excited to do that. Hopefully they're not going to be like in snow through this ball. Or the parade. Do they have a parade
It's a
too?
week. It's just a ball.
Yeah,
And it's a
okay.
week.
All right.
But they are expecting snow here in Tallahassee on Sunday, so I'm out of here tomorrow. Just saying. You can't make me say.
It's not not like the whole freezing over situation.
So C Lab and THC girls and
Yeah.
that whole thing. So cannabis labs, lawyers, accountants and business people.
Mhm.
So Rob from C Lab, fabulous, of course, Jen Macris, who is co-chair of our business committee, vice chair, I guess,
Vice Chair, yeah.
of our
She's
business
doing all the
committee.
work. I don't know.
Strategic, well, that's why
I'm
we
just
made her
hoping
the
to Zoom.
director of strategic partnership.
Yeah.
Because she is a cannabis cash consultant and out there really doing the work and
Meeting the new businesses, and her conversations and her relationships that she's been
Huge.
working on is evident by the new folks that we got to meet and the new
100%.
businesses that we have.
Well, and we had to
Wait,
thank
Jen.
C Lab, right? Just President of C Lab, Rob
Yeah.
brought up a whole crew from South Florida.
Well, they had their event. So
Yeah.
they had their local networking event, and we merged with that with our industry night. So it was one power pack night.
100%.
People in the room. It was fun.
We actually videotaped that program. You can catch it on our Facebook page. Well, let's get to a little bit of news because there is stuff happening.
Wait, were there some people in that room? We're gonna talk about that again, or there were some people in that room?
Well, you know what?
There were a few.
I did want to say a shout out to Siesta G, brand new business member and sponsor. Thank you very much to Siesta G.
Yeah.
And Rico
Sitio was our newest business member, and we're glad to have her on board as well.
Several new members.
Yeah.
And so you want to talk about Carlos Smith?
Well, yeah, I mean, he was so he had his
Great.
crown in our book.
100%.
Carlos in our book. You could find his name, but you could see that he sponsored a bill because there was a little note there that said it, but he also has a
Sponsor.
crown.
Because he's our guy. That's right. And I
Very special award.
a very special road, a very serious, and we thought long and hard about wards and had a really good time. I feel bad because some of the people that have been with us for 25 years, they got like a 10-year ribbon 5 years ago, but we haven't even put a ribbon on them since then.
How about just a high five?
But yeah, you're in, man.
Yeah.
That's all you get around here, dude. Little fist bump. And what do you mean you didn't get it done yet? Don't forget you get some of that too. But we were really, really honored to be able to have Carlos Smith in a really huge room full of people. And not just Carlos Smith. This was a really great year. The work that our ambassadors did, special shout out to the 30 people who came out to participate over the 5 weeks of Ambassador Week. We are going to do it again. So if
Feedback was overwhelmingly a go, we're gonna do it.
100%, you will see Ambassador Weeks again.
So much for taking time off, right?
The work that we did, the time that they planted led to having not just to Carlos, who we were giving an award to,
Right.
coming out to our party, and there was probably 75 people throughout the evening,
Yeah.
maybe 100. This room was absolutely
There were a
packed. It
couple
was
that didn't
hot.
even get into the room.
Couldn't
They
even
were
get
hanging
there,
out
standing room
outside the
only.
room. Yeah.
But we'd like to send a shout out to Representative Fabian Basaba from Miami Beach.
Yes.
Thank you very much for coming
Gotcha.
out. He said I had it on my calendar that I'm coming out to support veterans.
Oh, fantastic.
So
Yeah.
we made sure that he did and got
That
some
was great.
photo ops with our vets. Grateful Vet, Battle Buds, Monica Love, veteran from Crew to Cannabis.
Right.
David McKinney, who serves on our own board of directors, got to
Okay.
kind of embrace the fact that he too is a veteran
Yeah.
and not just a veteran of Cannabis Action
It was
Network.
really fun. You know, when Monica's like, hey, I really enjoy hanging out with you guys, but I want to go hang with my shipmates. You know, it was really nice for her to have some people from,
So that was neat.
yeah, from around the state that had come up to discuss veteran issues.
Volusia County, if you're watching from the Volusia County area, Rep Bill Partington, he just took me by storm. I didn't know what to think about his bill. Last year with the hemp thing, he was just so overwhelmed with it. He literally said on camera, ban it all. And I was like, okay, dokie. But this year he's got a fantastic bill. Sat down, Hector Roos, our director of strategic planning, and I sat down just one-on-one with him. We had a great handout about his bill that we were out talking to lawmakers about supporting his bill. Rep Partington is 719. Some of you saw the video we did last month. And Steve, if you can put it on your to-do list to get that video downloaded, some 2,000 people viewed it already, and I think that should be on our YouTube page.
Yeah.
Because that bill is going to continue to move, and we really got into what doctors think about it, and it's a real challenge. This bill's not great for doctors. Did you want to talk
No,
about?
go ahead.
It removes the initial visit in person. They're concerned that that really does hurt some patient care, but it's that 2 years between visits with a pregnant lady. Alabama is floating an idea that if you are a woman of childbearing years and on the medical marijuana program, you're going to need to take a urine test every 30 days to prove that you're not pregnant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It sounds like a program you want people in.
Yeah. No, I don't.
So we have a
Not really.
no, but and we need to pay attention to this kind of stuff because
Yeah.
we have a constitutionally guaranteed right to this state legal program, and we can't give up those rights. Did you want to say anything more about 719
No,
or
I was
Kansas
just-
Capital?
I was really mentioning the thought that, you know, we're in the middle of this event that we had going on and these reps coming to join us. On top of that, Jodi had to step aside to go meet with the doctors who
100%.
was also, you know, having their own meeting. And so, you know, it was just kind of coming full circle here that
Right
go
on time.
back to the doctors because these bills we were having a hard time trying to word it because usually it's like, well, you tell us what you like and what you don't like, but there's so many different facets and we had to look at things differently and had to parse it out to look at it from the patient's eye and then the doctor's eye. And then how does the industry see that? And, you know, and now what other bills look like this and smell like this or don't, you know? So that's all wrapped up here in this flyer and what we left for the reps to make it easy for them as legislators to parse through it because their day, this is one of how many bills are they going to have to read? Yesterday, they passed a bill. It was a bill about the school voucher program. The bill was 150 pages.
100%.
I tried to get a hold of my rep for 2 minutes to take a photo with my family and she doesn't have time. I think I'm starting to get a sense of why.
Right. Well, and they represent, your representative represents 180,000 people.
Right.
Cities, municipalities, businesses. It's a big job.
It is a big job.
And so we were really grateful to Republicans, Representative Basaba and Representative Partington came out, and then Later in the program, Representative Lindsay Cross from the Pinellas Park area,
Pinellas County. Yeah.
Pinellas County area
St. Peter's.
came out, and Senator Carlos Smith.
And
We were able to
Senator
give Senator Smith.
We love those folks. We're so glad that Representative Cross came out. Really glad to see her joining us. And Cooper, first, she brought Cooper.
Right, the dog.
And
We do love our dogs.
we do love our dogs. And Senator Smith, it's hearing him talk and check out the program so you can hear how he put it. But just hearing him talk about his efforts over the years, and our favorite story. I'm going to steal your thunder. That favorite story. We talk about it often. When you bring somebody up to the Capitol for the first time and they haven't really had the chance to navigate around, we're giving them the full how to get around and how to get in and talk to them. The legislative aides are such an important part, and you don't realize that here was Senator Smith. He was an aide, and that's how you got to meet with him, and how you got to know him, and how that relationship started, and then how that grew. And now here he is presenting this bill and sponsoring this bill for us. That didn't happen overnight,
No.
but we made some new friends this time around as well. And it was really exciting to see that all come
100%.
together. Glad to see them in the room.
A new class of interns who will be the future senator.
Yeah.
We thought long and hard about calling it the Kathy Jordan Statesman Award.
Mm-hmm.
We reached out to I spoke to the family to make sure that they felt good about us using that.
Yeah.
A statesman is willing to really move the needle. That's what it takes for us to have a vision for moving forward. And
Yeah.
so I think the first Kathy Jordan Statesman Award going to Carlos Smith is totally appropriate.
On point.
And I hope that we'll have in years to come more lawmakers like Carlos Smith that we can move forward with. Though I will say Angie Nixon, she's been a true hero. Yvonne Henson, been a true hero. Senators Brandes Bean and Bradley, we wouldn't have a bill without them. And Representative Matt Gaetz, Katie Edwards, all these people were people who we absolutely had, because unless you're planning on getting elected, you're not going to change the law.
Yeah.
You're just going to impact people who do.
So as part of the things we were doing, we were teaching folks how to find their representatives. You have to go online, how do you find them? But then we have our guidebook, and our legislative guidebook gives us an idea of how these people vote with cannabis policy. And so it was kind of, for me, turning into a game of, all right, let's see what your representative is about.
100%.
Because, I haven't been in this as many years as Jodi has, and as some of the OGs that have been a part of this group. I've been here a while though. So I guess it's time that I should start to learn what some of these folks are doing. But I think I'm finally able to get around and know how the elevators work, so I can move on to step 2.
That's right.
But,
That's right.
it was great to open the book and see some notes on these folks. And then for the couple of people, like I got to go up and find Representative Long, who is new, and speak to his legislative aide, who's fantastic. Christina, she helped out, and she said, well, I don't really know. We haven't talked about his stance on it. I came back and she said, he's good. He's on board. He's
Who knew?
supportive. So
Well, now we know.
now we know. But
Mark that.
this has been really helpful. Yeah.
Make a note. Make a note.
But I just, it was really great to see the engagement, get to understand where people are on the bills, get to follow along with where they are in policy. And then the ones where it's kind of, they're low. Okay, well, we've got work to do.
Right.
But lo and behold, here's somebody that votes in their district.
That's right.
So little by little, we'll get there.
We're getting there.
Yep.
We're getting there. So one of the topics today is how safe do you want to be?
Yeah, right.
So that's a great time to shout out to FAMU, who has a public safety forum happening in Brooksville. Our own Carla Ashburn is going to be speaking on that. Check out Eventbrite for FAMU's event. I don't have all of the particulars in front of me, but it is findable on Eventbrite. We've got one, and if you send us a private message, we can always send it to you. But if you're following FAMU, or you're in the Brooksville area, or you just love Carla Ashburn, as much as we do.
I'm kind of hopeful that, Carla will give us that info so we'll send it out to through Facebook, but
Could happen.
I believe that, I'm gonna try and make it up there. Jen and I were talking about going and
Nice.
two
Well,
folks from the, from your
West,
neck of the
from the East Coast, past president at the Roland, our communications director, Julie Kurtz,
Yeah, we like to
Love it.
support our own,
100%. Each other
FLCAN,
coming together.
can and will.
And we were glad to have the hemp industry with us this week. A lot of the bills that you're gonna see do deal with their version of public safety. On the agenda on Monday is gonna be an Monday is Martin Luther King Day. On the agenda on Tuesday is gonna be SB 986, smoking in public places. That's by Senator Gruder, and I think it's very interesting. Of course, one of the biggest complaints during Amendment 3 in 2024 is that we're going to be smoking everywhere. So Gruters, of course, was a proponent of that. He got out, he did videos on it.
Right.
So he has done this bill about smoking in public places. And that's going to be on the agenda on on Tuesday, and God bless them at 9:30 in the morning, which is cool because that's much better than 8 a.m.
Right. Yes, thank you.
All right, so if you're going to be in Tallahassee for that, we'd love to see you. We have some pretty strong feelings about smoking in public places, but it kind of brings up the subject, which is kind of what's in the news right now, is the Smart and Safe petition.
Right.
They have until February 1st to get the 800,000 plus signatures that they need. Some of you will remember they had 200,000 signatures that were kicked out.
Right. Yeah, and now they're looking at reviewing a few more of their signatures. So now's the chance. Like if you have not signed that, would you have one more chance? But like a couple of days.
Right.
So
I was
today
thinking
would be the day to kind of get it done.
I'm gonna check and see. I think that you have to go and turn in your signature at your supervisor of elections. But I'm like, so if I show up at the supervisor of elections with my ID and I'm like, hey, I'm Jodi James, you have to download it yourself. It's 5 pages. You have to sign the back, and you have to send in all 5 pages. The governor's not making this easy. And just this week, the Tampa Bay Tribune reported that the governor has requested an audit in Orange County, Hillsborough County, and Pinellas County of all of the signatures that have been turned in by Smart and Safe. Apparently, they've had 1,700 complaints to the Office of, elections and, elections and security. Elections and security, saying that their signature was fraudulent or the petition was misrepresented. So if you are 100% sure that you can read, if you are 75% sure that putting it on the ballot is better than not putting it on the ballot, and if you have not already signed the petition, you got to do it. You want to tell us how?
Yeah, actually, there's a information where you can go to the Smart and Safe Florida.com/petition to download and print all 5 of the pages. There's also a scan code. I think Steve is going to help pop that into our comments. So hopefully you'll be able to follow the link or follow the PDF. And they need your information, your full legal name, your full street address, where you're registered to vote, the county of your residence, your voter registration number, or your date of birth. One or the other. Well, that's so that they can look you up. But if you're looking at your card, put your registration number on it. I mean, really, the way they're nitpicking this stuff apart, it seems like the only way to do it is to be like, I'm walking in, here's my driver's license. This really is me. I really do live here. Right. I really do vote here. Now, I want you to validate this right now. Right now. Because if it's not validated by February 1st, and if they, just kind of cool their heels and take as many vacation days as the Senate did. Oh my gosh. Do you know what?
Do you know?
Who gets a job?
Wait, you gotta set them up. They don't know. They just don't know. So the Florida legislature has a 60-day session. It is mandated by the Florida Constitution. The entirety of their job is to pass a budget. That's all they're supposed to do.
60 days to do it.
60 days. And it's not 60 business days. It's 60 calendar days. So even though Martin Luther King Day is a holiday, it still counts as one of the days.
Okay.
Now check this out. They showed up on Tuesday, a lot of pomp and circuit. They worked
Not
a little
Monday,
bit on.
travel
They
day.
did work on Monday, some
Oh,
of them.
okay, all right.
Fairness is fair.
Fair.
But the
Sure.
60-day session started at Tuesday morning.
I know about Tuesday.
Tuesday morning.
Okay.
The governor gave his speech, the senators, the president of the Senate did his pomp, circumstance,
Do the
pomp,
hokey pokey.
pomp, meet, circumstance,
Yes,
and they
yes.
did, and somebody turned
We
around.
did that last year. That was fun. We did that with our FLCAN.
There's lots of people in the room, and 100%. So
So
they worked Tuesday, well, pomp and circumstance Tuesday.
right.
There was some session on Tuesday.
So not accomplishing a lot during conference
But
circumstances. Taking some of the meetings.
and listening to the governor and the future and the vision, and you gotta do what you gotta.
Sure, they got a
Planning.
home, they got a home pep assembly. Got it.
100% invaluable. They did a little bit of passing bills. They did a couple committee hearings.
Mhm.
This was Tuesday. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, and the other thing on Wednesday. I mean, we
Sure.
had a hard time getting meetings. We had a hard time. Some of them were in session.
Right.
Carlos
Senate
wasn't even
session,
sure he was going to get to us because he wasn't sure when the Senate would get on session.
Yeah.
Thursday, they're gone. The Senate decided they weren't going to work on Thursday. So that means they weren't going to work on Thursday. Now, Carlos was in the office working.
Okay, but
Okay.
they didn't have any meetings scheduled.
Many of them were gone. Poof.
Bills, no meetings scheduled, no bills
60-day
being
session.
heard.
They're not working Thursday. They're not working Friday. They're not working Saturday. They're not working Sunday, and they're not working Monday. They worked Tuesday, Wednesday,
All right, we're gonna give them Tuesday.
Wednesday, maybe even Monday. Let's go. But
All
no,
right.
it's a 60-day session. I really don't want to give them Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, and then they're taking a 5 days off.
Who gets that?
I
What kind
want
of
to announce
contract
now
do I
that the
get?
governor has called a special session for April. They're gonna come back in April because they're not gonna have enough time to get everything done that they need to during the 60-day session mandated by
I
constitutional law.
wonder
But so
why.
Smart and Safe's in
Mhm.
trouble, and the governor's putting his finger on it. They have until February 1st.
Mhm.
On February 5th, I've told you before, it is going to need Supreme Court review. And remember, you still have to get to 70% to pass.
Mhm.
So huge hurdles. This week there was a Chamber of Commerce released a poll, and of course they spent $5 million of your money in 2024 to defeat it. There was that $10 million settlement that went to Hope, Florida.
Mhm.
It hit the accounts of Hope, Florida, and was immediately transferred out to Drug Free America's Political Action Committee and the Chamber of Commerce's Political Action Committee. Well, those folks have commissioned a poll, and Drug Free America is safe because according to the opposition, there's only 51% support. So we're
Oh,
dying
I'm so
to
glad
know.
that they
Yeah.
chimed in on that.
Yeah,
That's really
100%.
helpful and unbiased
No,
information.
absolutely.
You know, I'm envisioning this whole session kind of like learning to drive in a bumper car. There's a lot of
We'll
like
start.
pressing forward and then slamming on your brakes, hitting your head on the
100%.
dash.
There is going to be a lot of stuff happening during this session, and of course, this open containers and motor vehicles.
This
We
is-
saw a video on that one today.
Oh my
Go
goodness,
Grady
I
Judd,
can't.
baby.
I don't even want to. I can't.
So police yourself, please, because Grady Judd just had a great time. He's got himself a sponsor. He
Oh.
did this little video. It's
I
like
really
my
want to do
morning
that.
briefing. 100% gonna have to
Okay.
look into it. Morning briefing by Grady Judd. It's out there, so we saw it, so you can certainly find it. The first thing he does is say he's drinking his coffee out of some business that
Yes,
that does
right.
business.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm drinking. And if you need this service, you should be looking them up.
Mhm.
So seriously, I mean, we did a little bit of to the sponsor, thank you, but I'm not Sheriff Grady Judd being paid by your tax dollars. I'm the one out here begging you for $5 a month. So, which reminds me, if you can make a
$5 a
donation to
month.
Florida Cannabis Action Network, hit the star, hit the like button, stars, and likes and shares all help Facebook to love us a little bit more. But we really are going to be paying attention to Smart and Safe over the next few weeks. It's make or break.
Yeah,
And-
I'm back to this smart, the open container. I gotta say that this one's a really hard one for me.
Oh, it's horrible.
It sounds to me like they're saying if you use this medicine, you should just stay home.
He 100% said that. Grady Judd said that.
I mean,
in the video,
in life.
he said
We're not just talking about
he said
now,
it must be
in life.
he said it must be in its original container
Sealed.
until
Oh,
original.
this is
no,
Bruters.
No,
Bruters is gonna
I'm
add
talking about-
seal to this.
I'm talking about what Grady Judd said just a few minutes ago to us.
Yeah.
It had to be in its
Okay, wait,
original
we
container.
gotta back up a minute. Steve,
Okay.
we gotta back up and
We're just going too fast.
explain. Yeah.
What are we explaining, Steve?
That I think that
Grady
Bill,
Judd,
it's,
isn't it?
yeah,
Wait. We have bad stuff.
well, we have the Brady Judd who had a whole conversation on open.
So what
container.
is this bill that everybody is talking about?
Okay, well, let's do that. So we have, as I mentioned earlier, we have more than 25 bills before the Florida legislature. One of the bills is open containers of marijuana and marijuana products in a motor vehicle. And one of the bills that we're most concerned about is a smoking in public bill. So we've developed a little bit of a piece for our allies to help what the bills that we're going to be following and what we think about the bills. And we took the time to identify, like Colette mentioned, how do these bills impact our allies? And we also looked at which ones are going to be a really heavy lift. Can we get them through?
Right. Which
Somebody's
ones have
going to be
companions,
pushing it.
Which ones don't?
And
If this is like, if you're not sure you're following what we're saying here, I've been there. Jodi speaks a
Wednesday,
foreign
did
language
you?
when she
And I
talks
am
legislatively.
sure,
Because it
terms
is
of art.
terms. So we can't.
It had to come today. It had to. It's
So
time.
there's a lot of people who are just getting into this. And quite honestly, there was
Yeah.
somebody that turned to me the other day and was like, I just don't get into politics. I'm like, me neither. And we're walking into the Capitol. You know, I mean, what are you going to say? But we are learning. We're learning about it. And
You don't have to get into it, but it will get into you.
right.
It'll get into your pocketbook. It'll get into your business. I mean, Colette runs a CBD business, and right now the federal government may or may not ban
Mhm.
the majority of the products that you're using.
Right.
We had expected that the hemp ban was signed into law on November 18th would go into effect in November of 2026. The agencies had 90 days. Cynthia and I reported extensively on that. And that hemp ban may very well be stayed as long as November 2028. So I don't care if you're into it or not. It's going to determine what products are on your shelf.
Sure.
But two bills that we're really particularly concerned about, one is smoking in public. That's by Senator Gruters, and it is going to be on the agenda on Tuesday morning at 9:30. And the other one that we're particularly concerned about and going to be following is being supported by the prohibitionists, and that is open containers in a motor vehicle.
Mhm.
Representative Black and Senator Martin have introduced this bill. So one of the first things we look at on whether or not a bill's kind of got legs is the term of art,
Right.
is whether or not
Is it going to go? Is somebody actually?
do they have companions? And Representative Black, we talked about this bill maybe on the last episode. I think you missed it, Steve. On the last episode, he is from the Jacksonville area, and he was part of the Republican, he's really infrastructure of the Duval County Republican Party,
Mhm.
raised more than $1 million for the Republican Party of Duval. So this is a guy that's going to get people's attention.
Right.
Senator Martin, 6'7", all he has to do is stand up. They actually said that
That's why it
his
gets
chair
back.
yeah, so they do in the Senate they put senators in order of seniority. That's what Senator Albritton is doing.
Right.
You know, this is not a Democratic House or a Republican House. It's the People's Senate, right? Except for
With the
Senator Martin.
exception of Senator
Everything has
Martin
an
back and a
exception.
few others, yes.
So this
Mhm.
open
Learned that on the
container,
tour, when we went on the chamber tour.
100%, which was part of Cannabis
Part
at
of
the
the
Capitol.
Capitol.
So we didn't want it to be overwhelming, but we've been following this open container bill, and literally minutes before we started this program, we received a video from Sheriff Grady Judd, and he was talking about, he didn't say this bill's number, but he was talking about open containers of cannabis in the car.
Mhm.
He said that there were two people who were rolling a joint. He called it a blunt. They were rolling a blunt
Right.
in front of the Circle K.
Does he know what a blunt is?
Apparently, because he called it a doobie later.
But is a blunt the same as a doobie?
Well, no, a
A
blunt.
blunt
has
includes other
tobacco.
things.
Right,
That's
right,
what
right.
I'm saying.
Well,
Does he
cannabis.
know?
But he said one of the people in the car had a card, one of the people didn't. When the deputy sat there and watched him rolling a joint for a minute in the parking lot of the Circle K.
Off duty. He was off duty. But
Did it
yes, I
say?
think he said he was off duty, but
It
nonetheless.
was a marked
somebody was
car. He
watching
did
it.
say it was a
Oh,
marked
oh,
car. It was a marked car.
I think it was unmarked.
Oh, I thought he said in a
Yeah,
marked.
I think it was unmarked, but even still.
So
Don't
somebody
waste your energy
let
watching
somebody
it.
watch.
Ugh.
Please don't, because that
No,
gets it more
right.
likes.
Yeah.
But Judd said, if you, yes, you have a medical marijuana card, but son, that's not medical marijuana. And they took him to jail. So it didn't matter that the kid had the marijuana card. And what the sheriff said is that he should have taken it in its original container and transported it home. She said they just want us to do nothing but stay home 100%. They mentioned vape cartridges that were not in their original container.
It has
And-
to come out of the original container to go onto the battery pack. So.
And then
but-
they're encouraging you to put it back in. Open containers prohibits any medical product with a broken seal in a vehicle that's not in a locked container. It would be your locked box could be in the passenger part of your car,
Mhm.
but it would have to be locked. It could be in the trunk or it could be in the glove compartment if the glove compartment is locked. And any cannabis that would be in a car that would not be in a sealed container, even a parked car, would result in not only an 893 violation, I believe it would result in an 893 violation. They are going to suspend your medical card for a first offense. They are going to revoke your medical card for a second offense. So this is really a scary bill.
I just don't understand. You know, I'm a tourist in my own town. I want to travel to another place. I have to be somewhere for an out of town tournament, but I'm still in the state of Florida. I don't travel with, I just don't understand how it makes sense. You don't ask somebody to take their albuterol inhaler and make sure that it's always in the box or
In the
take it
trunk.
outside of the container.
Your
of-
rescue inhaler in the trunk.
Right.
What a great idea.
I mean, yeah, they don't ask you to take your
Wow.
bottle of pills, and once you've taken one out, then you can no longer travel with it.
100%. Blister
But-
packs. Well, we do go to blister packs, right?
But you still have an open package with blister packs. So you're gonna blister pack a bud of cannabis?
I got nothing, Colette. I got nothing.
Florida.
So it's not about, it's certainly not in line with how we use it. So.
No, that is not how I
100%.
live, and I'm just trying to live here.
Just trying to live here.
Top of-
So, to kind of recap what we've got going on right now,
I
we
do want
had,
some good news, by the way.
is that what
We
we
chimed
saw?
in. Do we have any good news?
Absolutely. We were kicking ass and taking names. Oh, am I allowed to say that on
Yeah,
Facebook?
Well, you just did.
We were having a great time. Bleep.
Some button.
We were having a great time at Cannabis at the Capitol. Super well attended. Great new sponsors. Two Republicans, two Democrats, and a former lawmaker who had introduced decrim bills
Yeah.
in the 1990s.
Dave wasn't
all attended. Dave's not here.
Dave's not here. He got an award for not being.
Fabulous video, fabulous content, more people getting educated, and an army of people who have come together under one flag, and that is the flag of cannabis,
Mhm.
to stand together against some of the more outrageous things that we're trying to do to people and particularly patients. So
They're a little more dangerous because they've been educated
it's
now.
fake news.
A lot of people that we got lost in the building, it's part of the experience, you know.
100%
You're gonna do
authentic
the
experience.
authentic Catholic
Authentic.
experience.
Yeah, you got to get
You're
lost.
lost in the
100%.
Catholic, but
And your feet hurt.
and your feet will absolutely hurt. Oh my gosh. But we made it easy for them. Are you kidding? We had a meeting room that we were able to use as home base for Wednesday. Thursday, we had our space in the rotunda where we had our couches set up. You could watch the Florida channel if you didn't want to go all the way to the
Check out the pictures.
meeting rooms. You could just watch it right there. Dave set that up for us. So we had
100%.
that running. There was a lot.
Great
going on there.
endocannabinoid system video.
We had a whole terpene station that the folks at MM Care helped to set up.
Cannabis
Um,
and divas.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I
my
know.
God.
But we had, I spoke to this gentleman that came through. He was from Ghana. He studied oh my gosh, now I'm not gonna get it right, but he was very into this science and a very interesting man, but he was asking a lot of questions because it was still new, new to him. And so he was just fascinated. Wow, this hempcrete. Yeah. Okay. This makes a lot of sense. And, just really digging into the stuff that we had on display there that you could see this flooring made by that. And he's like, yeah. And in Ghana, we use a lot of bamboo. And it's like, well, we could use bamboo, but that's an import, or we can grow it here in the country, process it here in the country, and and still have a faster renewable resource than bamboo, which is already so fast.
Pretty fast.
So, I mean, he was really, so it wasn't just us talking to legislators. It wasn't us just learning as new civilians who were coming up to advocate for themselves. It was just people in the building that were coming by and getting information and talking with them and educating all along the way.
It was great.
Well, education fairy
Planting
dust.
seeds,
Oh.
reaping harvest.
There you go.
Planting seeds, reaping harvest. We are gonna continue to remind you folks that the way Florida Cannabis Action Network grows is you share and you like. If you miss an episode or it comes off of Facebook, because they're not archiving things forever anymore.
Right.
You can find past episodes, thanks to our producer Steve Dahl, on Spotify and on our YouTube channel. We've got a lot of content growing on the YouTube channel.
Fun.
We had cha-cha. Maybe that's the one I need to use. I'll work on it. I'll get one.
Sound effect inserted here.
Nice. Okay. Post-production. Thank you very much. We have some bills that are going to be really important when we call. We need you to come.
Yeah.
When we ask you to call, we need you to pick up the phone, and we need you to ask other people to do that too.
We're going to remind Senator Smith that we do put the action in Florida Cannabis Action Network.
Absolutely. You got inside joke. You got to watch the video of the reception.
Yeah.
But it was fabulous. We are a membership-based organization. If you are a member, you are paying $5 a month or $50 a year. You can be a gold member and get a little special love for $50 a month or $500 a year. We are going to have our annual membership meeting. It's going to happen
together again.
Yeah, it's going to happen in Cedar Key at the Tiki Festival.
We're scheduling more fun things.
It's Hector. It's entirely Hector. Thank you, Hector.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice, it's nice to leave an event and be like, okay, so the next time I'm going to get to see you, because otherwise we only see the top halves of our bodies on these calls.
Right,
so,
right.
Apparently there's bottom halves too, and we get to see full bodies when we go to these events. And actually, it's really nice to get together with these folks because they're pretty cool people. I mean, just I sat next to Senior Chief Tammy Long and get to hear her stories of the people that she has served and worked with and been in the presence of and managed the room for, and and that's just one person
and
of the
everybody in the story everyone in the room has better stories.
Right.
100%.
Yeah, Like, it's
Fascinating.
a challenge now. Who's got the
Fabulous.
most interesting story of the day?
Fabulous.
Most interesting man in the world. The most interesting story of the day.
It's always Cynthia.
Right? All right, Cynthia wins. You win.
We miss you, Cynthia. Hurry back.
People are
Hurry
so
back.
mean.
Cynthia had
Cynthia.
stuff going on. Her landlord decided that this was the weekend to rewire the house. So Cynthia, we love you. We hope that you and your beloved family of furry friends are enjoying camping out in your living room
With no power.
with no. Well, that's why we call it a campfire.
Camp in.
Oh, yeah, I guess that would be a camp in. So please join. We're gonna be supporting Cedar Key and the Tiki Festival. You don't have to give us anything. Just go to the Tiki Festival, find us. We're not a sponsor or anything. We're just gonna go hang
We'll
out.
have a members meeting on Sunday.
100%.
Those of you
If
that
you're
are members.
be
you can come.
invited. That's our annual meeting and
Oh,
we'll
sorry.
be
Right, do business. Sorry, what did I say?
same thing, only different.
Yeah.
Hang out, do business with the cool kids.
Do business with the cool kids.
Be one of us,
Yeah.
right? Where's
Are you one of
Josephine
us?
Canella Krill? You are one of us. So, and you can be a simulated. Oh, no. It's program.
No.
So, last but not least, Florida Cannabis Action Network is going to be putting together a committee to look at the emergency rules that were passed by the Office of Medical Marijuana Use on December 31st. It was the last day that they had to use emergency rulemaking powers, and they used it to violate the First Amendment right of free speech of our cannabis industry, particularly our medical marijuana companies and their subsidiaries, their third party. It is not a pretty concept, and we're going to do a deep dive on that as an organization because that's going to wow, it
It
impacts
affects a
everything.
lot. It's
Um,
touches a whole.
T-shirts, no more sponsorships. It sounds like
Dr.
the
Days
Dr.
is
Days, it
done.
looks like they won't be allowed to go.
How do
They
you
just don't.
educate
No,
people
no,
about who they
no,
are? I know all about
no.
the blue little pill and all of its side effects.
100%.
Sorry.
No, the next one, it's not that, that's not what we're doing anymore. We're doing, I don't know, spaz or raz. I don't know, there's a new one. But anyhow, on that note,
Boy.
thank you again for paying attention to what Florida Cannabis Action Network is doing. We hope you found out something valuable today. I'm Jodi James, and this is what, Florida.
Yeah.
We are made better and stronger from our friend Steve Thaw. And it wouldn't be the same without you. Thank you very much for watching, forwarding, liking, sharing, and coming back next week.
And taking action. We hope to
Oh,
see you
it
taking
is
some
our
action.
middle name.
It is our middle name.
Well, they probably think so. Or not. Hey, thanks a lot. We'll see you next.
Imagine standing shoulder to shoulder with hundreds of Floridians, business owners, and advocates inside the state capitol, ready to make real change. That's what Cannabis at the Capitol is all about. The signature Lobby Day and Education Expo from the Florida Cannabis Action Network, where voices intersect with policy and passion turns into progress. For just $50 for individuals, you'll gain access to expert briefings, self-guided meetings with lawmakers, and the power to influence Florida's cannabis future. For businesses, $300 unlocks premium access. Connect with decision makers, showcase your enterprise, and build alliances in a fast-growing sector. Whether you're a medical patient seeking stronger access, an entrepreneur navigating regulations, or a company ready to stand at the forefront of industry change, this is your platform. One day in Tallahassee could shift a lifetime of regulation. Join us. Be present. Be heard. Be the change at Cannabis at the Capitol.